Throwing on first is Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They run with Howard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And he finds Howard complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and then shot for him. Looks like it worked.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Russell Gage, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons push further out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a pass hauled in downfield. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Throw. On first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run it. Freeman. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Devontae Freeman is shifting. This doesn't pay off here in short yardage. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. You decide to throw the...
And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. 20! And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. To try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. they'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick six. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Now Wentz. And he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the Eagles' 24-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Well, let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They go play action here on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. And he's got it. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 15. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking deep for Julio, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He's going to fire one. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Freeman again, a first down carry. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Caught by Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me. Trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Freeman a 1st down and more. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, it's Freeman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Play action. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football. Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Howard. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
I got you, punk.
On second down, it's Howard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Howard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Ito Smith, his first carry. Still going. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to pour it on. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And now Jordan Howard slow to get to his feet, so they will stop play here. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Eagles on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. On third down, they turn to Sanders. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down now. It's Sanders, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Wentz on to give to Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Atlanta, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia,